Today on the Platinum Patrol, we have the Wrathfire Raws as Protoss again, up against the Zerg, CK Onage. Alright, we'll see if the CK Onage will own Ross, or if he'll end up being owned. Look at that Overlord walking across the map. Well, I guess it's not walking, it's not really legs, it's flying. And we got this drone. This is a very interesting drone. Very suspicious. I suspect we'll see some kind of cheese here. I'm pretty sure anyone could have said that though. This is pretty obvious this is doing something weird. Maybe he's super afraid of a cannon rush, but that seems less likely than... Yeah, it looks like it's going to make a hatchery. That it rallied over here. Yep. Raws did not respond, so now there's a hatchery in this natural. This probe was in range to block it if you saw it really quick. This probe attacks it. I believe it takes about 8 probes to stop a morphing hatchery. Raws only sends 5. Perhaps 5's enough? I don't really know. Since this doesn't happen very much, I don't really know how to stop it. Other than you just make some units and kill the stuff that comes out. In the meantime, Ross is probing his enemy's base. He's going to run around this circle. Here's Ross is smarter than me. He knows you only need 5 probes. Very impressive. 8 would kill it faster though. So this is just a this hatchery here from the Zerg's gonna get cancelled. And all this does is make a -5 workers. Or -4 workers. There's only 4 probes here for Ross. So this worker count, even though Ross is up by 5, it looks like he's got 1 scouting and 4 killing his hatchery, so it's even. Cancels. Make sure the drone can't start a new structure. Sometimes it can start an evolution chamber if they're quick. And he's going to clean this up pretty easily. And it looks like now he is ahead. Although his base is very late. We'll see if the Zerg can take advantage of his economy. His natural is about to finish when Roz's starts. There's a forge in Roz's base. Interesting. Is that a photon cannon? Of course, he's got the forge. You might as well build a cannon, right? That's how it works. He's got no gas, though. It's interesting. I think he forgot when he saw the hatchery. Either that or he knew he had his workers hitting the hatchery and he needed the mineral income, so he didn't get the gas geysers. He needs them now, though, and he's supply blocked. Question is, does he notice? He did start his 3rd during this, right now, so there's going to be the pylon. And he looks like he's hardwalling in his base. Did he scout something? I mean, there's 4 Zerglings. That hardly requires a... I guess if he doesn't... He should have built... This wall is really whack. I guess he realizes his wall is weird. These Zerglings can cancel this base now, though, because he can't get units out. I mean, he could get a unit out, but he doesn't have a unit. Cancels the cannon, he builds a cannon. There's no way these Zerglings don't kill this cannon, right? Yeah, a few of them start hitting it. Looks like Roz's base is in a bit of trouble here. He's dropping cannons everywhere. See, this is what happens when you cannon rush somebody and they have a defense. You just drop random cannons and they'll start exploding. That's what Roz is doing here, except when he's being attacked. Well, that one is a pylon. Finishes. I'm not sure if he's building a unit yet. Nope. You know, Ross, there's this unit called the Zealot. You can make it for only minerals, and does pretty well versus Zerglings. I think this would have solved your problems here if you made this about 2 minutes ago, when you scouted the Zerglings. Pylon goes down. Zerg's got his 3rd base, although, to be fair, Ross has 3 bases. He just only has 27 workers. But the Zerg also only has 24 workers. This is a very weird game. I'm curious to see where this goes. Ross is... Alright, we got a probe glitching out into a cybernetics core while a photon cannon blows up a pylon, behind which he hardwalled in again with 2 more pylons, so he's going to blow them up too. I guess there is a 1-space hole here. I guess you can get in here. Question is there one here? Nope, it's got 1-space hole. This is the weirdest wall ever. Now, if this was Age of Empires 2, this would make sense, because you do some quick walls and trap the units in and kill them with a mangonel or something. That's not what's happening here. We're also just losing his third base. And he has a weird wall. There's one shield battery, one zealot, and one photon cannon. Versus got 25 Zerglings. I think those Zerglings could take this probe out and win the game right now. But, oh, they got speed now. Let's see if they do it. He's gonna go for it. No, he's gonna fight two zealots. Well, he got the surround. So they go down. Is he gonna make it in? No, hit the probe. Alright, he balls in behind the probe. Looks like he's safe for now, although he might lose his forge. Looks like the forge is gonna be gone. Alright, Draws, this is not like the last. Why is this forge alive? Oh, the shield battery, you started getting it with the super battery ability. Alright, so Ross, this isn't like the last mission of the campaign where you're supposed to static defense your base until the game ends. There's no reason to build like 5 photon cannons and 2 batteries here. I guess he's afraid, but these could have been some gateways. We got a Stargate. Alright, I have no idea what's going on with Ross. Let's look at this third guy. He's got 4 hatcheries now. He's got 37 drones, making a lair. Alright, he's got like no drones. Probably because he's making these. Ross is still at 630 in the game. He has 0 army supply. 0. He's not a single unit. He's just building bases. Structures out. You know, I think Ross has been playing some 8-bit armies recently where you have to have the structure within range of another structure to build it. It's basically like the pylon field for Protoss has, but for every structure. Did you just kill the pylon powering your Stargate? Oh my goodness. If Ross wins this, he does not deserve it. Unless he does something crazy. Alright, we got some Zerglings and 2 roaches. Taking a... Oh, if he takes this different third base, his opponent won't notice. I see. It seems intelligent. How... He's got 6 army supply now, though. Forced a Phoenix. He's got a Phoenix coming. Phoenixes are pretty cool. But in this situation, I'm not sure it's the best unit to start with. Maybe an Oracle. Maybe a Void Ray. If you're so afraid of the attack with these cannons, maybe a Void Ray would have been the choice. But if you want to hit back with the counter damage, because he's all clearly making like basically just Zerglings. An Oracle could do a lot of economic damage. I guess he has some Spore Crawlers. But one Phoenix is... Well, there's 2 Phoenixes. Look at that. He takes out an Overlord. There's no way this base could ever be cancelled. It's got like a cannon. And 2 Zealots. Or 3 Adepts, I mean. And look at that. Immune to attack. No chance. Alright, so let's see what happens. Let's just go back over this. Roz flies. This Zerg sees 2 Phoenixes kill his Overlord. Roz flies 3 Phoenixes over his army. And the Zerg makes a Spire. This doesn't make any sense. Why would you... Double Evolution Chamber and Spire. Okay, so what is the point of this Spire? Would love to see him make some Mutalisks like an idiot. Alright, so here we have the Roz. His base seems to be okay here. Because his enemy ran away. Alright, now there's 2 Void Rays. See if he can cast these Q onto the, or the, roaches. Alright, this new super battery. Let's see how good this thing is. Look at that. It's doing so much, it made his opponent walk his units through Roz to avoid hitting stuff like being charged. Alright, it's really shielding all these adept stuff though. That was one of the worst executed attacks I've seen so far on the Flat Patrol. Roz is long distance mining from a different base. The Stalker's fighting as hard as it can, but there's 7 roaches here. Why are there 10 Overlords in the middle of the map? This is idiotic. What are you doing? Go home! Go home! Alright. Let's see what we've got back here. An extra hatchery. We need macro hatcheries in this game. He has 70 workers more or less. He's got all the bases. How is his tech doing though? He's got speed. And speed for Overlords. Alright, he likes fast units. We got it. Let me guess, Hydralisk speed coming next? I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, look at that. He's queued up the Hydralisk speed. Only fast units here. Roz is getting a fleet beacon, a Templar archives. That's a lot of tech. He's getting adept glaives, being +1 weapons. So he's got tech. And he's got about 50 army supply. This forge not dying. It's pretty funny to me. Okay, what is the... Are you serious, Roz? He has cannons, shield batteries. Alright, got some more static defense here. We're just walling in with gateways, putting the cannons behind it. You know what is unfortunate for Roz is that his opponent is probably not going to attack him at all for a while. It's like he's building static defense and building up his army. So these cannons probably won't even get used. Is this the 4 Hydralisk counterattack? I don't think I've ever seen the 4 Hydralisk counterattack. What is the... So, when Roz moves out, these Hydralisks are going to do what? Run in here and shoot this photon cannon? That's pretty funny if that's what's going to happen. High Templars coming in. Roz is finishing Storm. Storm's very good. These Phoenixes do some harassment. They meet some opposition. Barely running away. This Hydralisk will get picked off. Looks like Roz is out of there. There's Phoenixes. He only has 3. It's not that big an investment. There's the carriers. Okay, so... This game makes no sense. Alright, so these Overseers or F2A moves, and these Phoenixes shot it. So Ross's plan was, I'm going to lose my third... I'm going to get Proxy Hatchery, lose my third base, not make units, and just wall in with static defense to protect myself. I'm going to make like the biggest pile of stuff here I can. Just put the gateways here because they look scary. They look big glowing shield circles like the shield batteries have, and they'll defend my base. And then I'll just make carriers. Okay. If he gets to carriers, he wins. I guess this is his theory. Does his opponent know how to make corruptors? So that is a lot of Hydralisks. I'm not sure Roz can hold this. Well, probably with Storm he can. Yeah, the Storm is a lot. If he didn't have Storm, he'd probably lose the game now. What's Adept Glaive does a lot of damage too here. These Storms, I remember that game when Roz made 72 Storms and they were like completely pointless. These ones are actually pretty good. Good job, Roz. You learned from the criticism. I taught you well. Just kidding, I probably had nothing to do with this, but that was much better than the last time. I'm proud of you now. Down here we have another base from the Zerg. Looks like he's getting more upgrades. Is he gonna make... Alright, there it is. 17 Corruptors. DK Ownage. Gonna own him with the Corruptor. And then the Corruptor's gonna fly over here and click death on this Nexus, then fly over here and click death on this one, because this wall does not matter. The Corruptor's gonna just fly around it and blow up your Nexus. Storm is pretty good versus Corruptors if they don't move out of it, or if he can split his... How come I've never seen Zerg split their Corruptors? It's like fly them in a ball and then they move them around a little bit to dodge the storms. What if they just flew them in 2 balls from different sides? Or is that too hard to focus fire? I mean, it can't be that hard to focus fire. Like 20 Corruptors. It's way overkill anyway. You never know though. Maybe he's only gonna make 20 and not have any more. Let's say that this looks like a lot of Banelings morphing in. What's he got for his army? The Zerg's on 27 Zerglings, 20 Banelings, 17 Corruptors, and he is not maxed out. Roz is maxed out, more or less, and Roz has a massive army, consisting mainly of these 15 High Templar. Are we doing this again? Is this just like where you drop only Storms to win the game? Because I'm not counting again. You can count yourself. Audience, count the Storms, put in the comments for me. If anyone does actually post something in the comments, I'll be very proud of you. I don't think any of you will, though. It looks like down here, the Zerg is just admiring his army. What is he even looking at right now? Alright, I see. We're going to look at the hive. We're going to rally some larvae. Start upgrading our Ultralisks. And then we're going to... Yeah, see, look, he's just looking at the army. Oh, he's moving it. Is Roz going to respond? Oh, Roz is moving his army. Will they clash? It appears they will. These banelings, let's see how they do. The banelings avoid getting stormed so far. Here they come. Roz's Templars are in the back. There's no storm on the There's one storm, two storms, and all the banelings died of the storm. Well, almost all the banelings. Only 4 Templar live. These Void Rays, though, are charged up, and they're driving away the Corruptors, protecting the carriers. A very favorable engagement from Roz there, especially taking all the banelings. Although, it was favorable in that he kept the position on the map he was fighting for, but losing 11 High Templars is pretty bad, especially when they have full energy. The Vipers are coming out now. Roz is on, what is this, his 5th base? Alright, so we're getting the Ultralisk tech earlier. Is he going to make the Ultralisks? Apparently he's not yet. He's getting more upgrades first. He's getting Hydralisks. Interesting. Roz, I bet, is just making his carriers. Oh, he's got a Mothership in production. And Void Rays, so he wants some more counters to these Corruptors. But his opponent is making Vipers. And the Parasitic Bomb does a lot of damage to stacked Void Rays. And he's also making Hydralisk, which are in fact not Corruptors. So as far as the Zerg goes, this is a pretty strong army composition to face Ross with. Talking about the Hydralisks and Banelings and the Vipers and the Corruptors, but it's just like not enough. He's got almost 90 workers. These Zerglings are not helping him out. They're all running here and die, and then he's gonna be down like 30 supply and try and fight. He's down 20. Alright, looks like we're a little low on the Corruptors here. What are the Vipers gonna do? There's the Parasitic Bomb. It's a good start. Roz is fighting in the front. The Parasitic Bomb is doing damage. He's not splitting his units. Drop some more bombs here, dude. He's clearly not responding to them. Feedbacks land, and that does a lot of damage. There's only one dude with energy left. He does land another Parasitic Bomb, though. Roz is trying to split his Void Rays. He does eventually do it, but he took a lot of damage there. Speaking of a lot of damage, though, CK Ownage just got owned. He lost a whole bunch of his army. Roz is getting level 3 ground weapons, level 2 air weapons. His Mothership's done. He's getting a Tempest. Don't make a Tempest. Don't make these. These are bad. If you make a Tempest, you're probably losing the game. Roz over here, though, has the real units. The carriers, look at those. Is that the Forge skin or is that the new one? I'm not sure. Got some Archons. Just two. Is he having Templars? Roz is the Templar man. Appears he has some. Just click on the units tab and see better. It's me trying to highlight. There's 7. That's a good number. Is this a counterattack? Little does he know, Roz has the ultimate wall from earlier. Little does Roz know, it doesn't matter. Because this guy's not going to go through it. He's moving over here. There is a lot of Spore Crawlers here. The Void Rays will burn them down pretty quickly, but they're buying time for the army to get in position. This feels like a final fight kind of scenario for the Zerg. He's in position, he's in a battle. Roz has a massive bank, but so does the Zerg. The Zerg can remax his army as this fight goes on. He's engaging here. Are those the Microbial Shrouds? We got Microbial Shrouds here from these Infestors. Storm doesn't care though. And if you just stand your units in the storms like this, they're all gonna die. And then everything dies. Wow. Well guys, move your people out of the Psionic Storm. Also, if you're Roz, build a unit, and if you're this Zerg, like, do something after your opponent is clearly having no units.